Hey, it's your buddy Moo here. In the short time I've been doing this YouTube channel, because it hasn't been super long, I found that drama is one of the most prevalent things in the culture of content creation. I know drama in general in human life is normal. It just seems a little different when content creation creators are involved, whether it be streamers on Twitch, Kick, YouTube, or just video creation people, any of that stuff. There's never a week that goes by where there's some kind of weird drama that went on. The most recent, well, not the most recent, we'll get to that, but the one before that was Asmongold getting a 14-day ban, or suspension anyway, off Twitch for commenting on Palestine. Asmongold turned around and said, I'm rethinking my thoughts on this. I'm becoming an angry person. This isn't what I meant. Or I might have said it, but I didn't know it was from a place of ignorance kind of stuff. He apologized about it. It was pretty sincere. I don't agree with him doing that for me. But if I say it, I usually mean it. That said, what he said wasn't totally inaccurate. There was a lot of truth to it. How he said it was kind of a little rough around the edges, and it seemed kind of angry, which is fair because when you hear one side only for so long, and the other side finally gets to speak, the quieter side finally gets to speak, it's usually going to come off as more angry. If you get talked over all the time, you're going to snap at somebody when you talk. It's how it works. And people are finding that out more and more. And the hypocrisy of some of the companies running rampant is becoming more and more prevalent. And finally today, something about that was done. It's quite interesting. I said that in a really weird way. Something was done about that. So what happened was this gal Froger, who I didn't know about at all till today, and now I really wish I hadn't got into X at all, or Twitter. Elon, give me a break. And so now I've watched some of her stuff. I've read some of her tweets. She got a Twitch ban now, the suspension. She went on her stream and said something, I don't know what started the little rant she did. Rant's kind of a strong word, but it's one I'm going to use for lack of a better term right now. And she wished that the military guys would get PTSD, which is stupid, and just the entire situation was silly because this whole time she's doing this video, she's a young girl, American girl of Middle Eastern descent. I don't know if she was born here or not, but she's very American. She has a very American accent, very clear. I'm pretty sure she's from California because her mannerisms, her probably pretty expensive pedicure that she had, manicure, pedicure, I didn't see her feet. Her manicure, it's hands. I don't get my nails did, sorry guys. But, her microphone that's very nice, sitting in a very comfortable background, stuffing her face with her nose ring. The irony of this situation with this girl talking bad about the U.S. military is incredible because the only reason that a Middle Eastern girl at all is able to do that is because our military. If you do that shit overseas, if she were in the same person she is now overseas, if she was in the place that she's defending in an Islamic controlled culture, I'm not saying Muslim overall, don't put words in my mouth, but an Islamic control, like a Sharia law backing Islamic culture, she's not doing all of that. She's not allowed to do any of that. She'll risk getting stoned, whipped, beat, maimed, or killed. In some of these cultures, you can't even learn without some guys getting on a bus and shooting you in the head. This is a real thing. It happened to a real girl. And she lived, thankfully. All she wanted to do was get an education. But the U.S. military is the bad guy. This girl goes on in a tweet after this stream. She gets kicked for saying that she wishes PTSD on them. And she doubles down on Twitter, on X, and says, oh yeah, they're blowing up our people. They're blowing up my family. The U.S. military is bombing my family. The U.S. military is fighting the people that are fighting them back. Like the rules of engagement right now are not pro-U.S. military. They're not pro the soldiers. The rules of engagement are for the other side at this rate. And it's kind of stupid, but that's what it is. If you're getting shot at or blown up by the U.S. military, it's because you did something wrong, or you're in close proximity to someone who did something wrong. And that usually means you didn't do anything to stop that person from doing something wrong. If you kick the bull in the nuts, expect it to turn around and dig its horns into you. And that's what happened with this chick. Military guys find out about it. Families of military guys find out about it. Friends of military guys find out about it. And everyone pretty much is pissed off. And suddenly the quiet voice is the loudest. And she's complaining about getting bullied. She has the audacity to get up on Twitter and show all the mean messages and comments. Don't say that stuff if you're not willing to accept the return. This chick is the kind of person that thinks that words are violence, unless she's the one saying them or someone that agrees with her. She's incapable of having a conversation and learning anything new because of her ideology. She's been so brainwashed by our culture in this day and age to be weak-minded as an individual and to be a mob mentality person. It's kind of sad, and it happens. It got way worse after COVID. I still see people walking around with masks on. I saw someone at Spirit Halloween wearing 2 masks, and they were not Halloween masks. Why? Why? You're a young, healthy person. You're not even wearing 2 good masks or cheap cloth masks. Is that your costume? Because that would be in poor taste, but hilarious. Anyway, this chick who has clearly never had to work a day in her life outside of streaming, which is fine. I'm not against that. More power to you if that's the path you've chosen. But I don't think she's ever had any real adversity in her life. Aside from now, where she's finding out what happens when you piss people off. It's like people that run their mouth too much at the bar and they're surprised when they get hit in the mouth. That's a thing that can still happen to you. I'm not suggesting do that. I'm just saying not everyone has the compunction and control not to act back. Not all of us are going to sit by and just let you trample on us. It's not going to happen forever. People have been too quiet for too long about being treated poorly by a loud minority in this country. It is a slight minority, but it is the minority in this country. And they're the loudest. They're the loudest. And good Lord, do they play their hand. This chick, like I said, living in America, living fat and happy. Blaming the U.S. military for bad things and hating them. They're the reason you get to be fat and happy, stupid. Anyway, if you can't tell, I'm very pro-military. Yeah, some things happen that are wrong. It's usually our government pulling the trigger and not the soldier doing the work. Get off their dick. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I'm going to go do something a little more palatable, like rewatch Terrifier 3. Let me know what you think in the comments below, guys. It just, I don't know if I feel like she should have got banned or not banned. I keep saying banned, but it wasn't the case. It was a suspension. I'm not for that. I don't think what she said was so bad that you should suspend her, but you should definitely expect people not to like her anymore. That said, a bunch of people were giving her money, so that's who she's going to listen to. A bunch of these soft belly, weak-minded, feeble individuals who have never done anything of value are going to be just like this chick, vapid, holes in the air, a waste of space on everybody else because they're unwilling to listen to anyone else, ever. Anyway, let me know what you think about all this stuff in the comments below. If you're pro-military, give it a like, share it, say hoo-ah in the comments. If you're a military service member, thank you for your service. I sincerely appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Have a good day, guys.